Good evening, Oswego, and thank you for joining us for this edition of WTOP 10 News. I'm Larry Bergen.
And I'm Annie Flaherty. This is WTOP 10.
Kingsford Park School was put on lockdown today after local police received a 911 call stating that there was a suicidal man in the area. This year's heating bill might cost you less this winter. More on this and other stories coming up tonight on WTOP 10 News.
Oswego City School District officials. Oswego City School District officials a lockdown earlier today on Kingsford Park Elementary School. Police reported a resident in Oswego had threatened to kill himself with a handgun at 3:08 p.m. The school was put on lockdown as precaution, even though it was expressed in a press release that the man was alone in his home and no one outside of the area was in danger. The school ended the lockdown shortly after the anonymous man walked out of his house on his own around 4:23 p.m. and turned himself to the police.
In Syracuse Monday night, David Renz attacked a 10-year-old girl, and her Liverpool librarian Bill Craig and John Hark were driving by and noticed a 10-year-old girl running in the road, visibly injured. They both heroically stopped to help the little girl and the woman. Today, both men were recognized for their good deeds and by receiving the state Senate's Liberty Award. Senator John DeFrancisco noted the great example these two men set for their community. Renz was caught near the scene and was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole.
National Grid predicts that customers this winter will be paying 9.6% less on their heating bills thanks to a low cut rate approved by state regulators last March. Assuming normal weather, National Grid says if a house is using natural gas between the months of November to March, then customers are estimated to save at least $62. Remember, this is assuming normal weather, winter weather. If it's sub-zero temperatures, well, that's for the birds.
It was recently announced that next month voters will have the chance to decide whether or not new casinos will be built throughout upstate. Lieutenant Governor Duffy stated in an interview that the 4 casinos are built upstate. Central New York could receive $28 million a year, with a significant amount going towards these schools even if the voting fails. The Oneida Indian Nation would pay the state $50 million a year to be split among particular counties. It is predicted that the casinos will be approved because the job openings are appealing. These local stories, I mean, is some very interesting yet very scary ones. I was very freaked out earlier today about the man who threatened to kill himself in the local Oswego community.
Especially right near the elementary schools, it's definitely something scary, something to look out for.
Now, during that story, they say that the lockout of the school was going down, but there was no infinite danger within the area. Do you agree with the lockdown decision?
I think it's good to take the precautions just in case. I think that they did a good job. There was no danger to the school, but I think still, just for public safety, that it was a good decision to make.
You know, like they say, it's always be safe than sorry, you know. I completely agree with that as well. Mm-hmm. But that casino story, though. But anyway. And now, here's your weather with, Rich Garakis.
Good evening, Oswego. I'm meteorologist Rick Garukas. Let's take a look at those current conditions out there. It is 62 degrees under mostly cloudy skies, calm winds, so it is very pleasant outside. Over the next day or so, high pressure will continue to dominate the eastern half of the country, and as it does, it will pump very warm air into our area with temperatures well above normal. So over the next 3 days, we expect the weather to be absolutely fantastic with mostly sunny conditions and temperatures generally in the low 70s. Will this fantastic stretch of weather stick around? I'll have the answer coming up in my full weather segment in just a few minutes.
Now, I've only been here for a year now, and I don't remember Oswego weather being this good around October time.
No, it's definitely still feels almost like summer. Definitely not the winter weather that I've been expecting.
I, for one, think it's a trap. But moving on. With the new school year beginning, parents are even more concerned about their children's safety following events like the shooting at Sandy Hook Elementary.
WTOP's Megan Roberts give us an in-depth look on security measures in the Oswego School District.
A It's a typical start to a student's morning. Get off the bus, head to class, and the school day begins. But recent events have shown that a typical day can turn to tragedy.
It's just horrifying.
Ann Babcock is not only a mother of 3, but a social studies teacher at Oswego High School. She says that after hearing of school tragedies like Sandy Hook Elementary shooting last December, she can't help but put herself in those teachers' shoes.
I think we all do that. We think, if this scenario happened or that scenario happened, what would I do? And of course, we all hope we would step up.
Following the shooting in Newtown, Connecticut, the Oswego School District acted immediately. Safety Director John Anderson says they looked into what they had and how they could improve.
We did implement after Newtown was we put a individual at every door.
And over the summer, buzzer and camera systems were installed at every school. Now all Oswego schools run on the lockout system.
Can I help you?
Within the last year, the Oswego School District has implemented a 2-door system, which means you would walk in through the main entrance, have to check in with the office right here, and then continue on into the school. And teachers are having to add in a new lesson plan. Lockdown drills are now being practiced in the district.
I think that everything that can possibly be done has been done.
So that makes you feel very safe.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yep.
Although one can never predict when a tragedy could happen, Oswego schools are making sure they do everything to be prepared. At Oswego High School, Megan Roberts, Oswego Now.
Today at 12:30 in the Campus Center, Dr. Rekha Pandey spoke about the Women's World Congress, which will be held in India in 2014. Dr. Pandey is the head of the Department of History and also works with the Center of Women's Studies at a university in India. As Director of Congress, she spoke about the actual event and addressed to the audience in the issues relevant to women around the world.
Good news for Oswego students, Angel is back up and running again. The website malfunctioned throughout the entire campus earlier this afternoon around 1:45 p.m. due to an authentication problem. Even though students were still allowed to sign into the website, that was the end of the line for them. After 3 hours of the website being down, Technology Services have figured out the problem and the website was back up and running at 4:45 p.m. Now students can finally do their homework.
Coming up, we'll have more information on the latest from Obama and the government shutdown.
Stay with us, you're watching WTOP.
Yo, check out this chef, right? Right? That's so gay. That's really gay. Dude, look at those pants.
Please don't say that.
What?
Don't say that something is gay when you mean that something is dumb or stupid. It's insulting. It's like if I thought this pepper shaker was stupid and I said, man, this pepper shaker is so 16-year-old boy with a cheesy mustache. Just saying. When you say that's so gay, do you realize what you say? Knock it off.
The Oswego MBA program, helping you achieve your goals with a customized curriculum developed with flexibility in mind. Take classes year-round, full or part-time in Oswego, online, or at the Metro Center in downtown Syracuse. More information is available online or by calling 315-312-2911.
Down 70 to 35, and the Cougars were getting smoked like a cheap cigar.
A survey done by the Lifestyle Center found that 58.2% of SUNY Oswego students believe that the typical student consumes alcohol daily. In actuality, it's only 0.7%.
Hey, did you want to come out to that party with us tonight?
No, thanks, I'm good. What about late night?
Yeah, let's go.
Great.
Overcoming misconceptions. Now that's style. This message was brought to you by the Lifestyle Center. For more information, visit oswego.edu/lifestyles.
Attention students and faculty. Avery Rental Properties is now renting for the next school year. Avery accommodates all group sizes, small or large. Avery Rental Properties. Make our house your home. 24-hour maintenance, garbage removal, snow removal, and off-street parking. Avery Rental Properties. 315-343-5005.
Good evening, Oswego. I'm meteorologist Rick Arukas. Let's take a look at those current conditions out there. It is currently a very pleasant 62 degrees, and it feels exactly like 62 degrees because the wind is calm. So temperatures across the state are very pleasant, the cold spots being Plattsburgh and Glens Falls, both at 52 degrees respectively, and Rochester is the warm spot at 66. Other statewide temperatures are generally in the upper 60s with occasional low 50s. Radar shows not much happening except a few very light rain showers over western New York, and those are fading away before they get here, so we don't expect to get anything from them. So the top weather headlines for the week: expect mostly sunny conditions for much of the week. Temperatures are going to increase slightly as the week goes on, especially in the middle portion of the week. But late in the week and into the weekend, we expect a few showers that you'll have to dodge as you're studying for your upcoming midterm exams. Across the east, we have high pressure generally in control, and that is what's keeping our weather so nice by pumping in lots of warm, humid air into our area with temperatures well above normal for October standards. So for tonight, expect a low of around 61 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Winds will go calm. For your day tomorrow, after a few morning clouds, expect temperatures to climb to around 70 degrees, and the sun will completely come out. It'll be mostly sunny with light winds at 5 to 10. As you break up the day tomorrow and you get up to head to class around 8 a.m., expect it to be around 59 degrees. Then at lunchtime, expect those temperatures to increase to about 68 degrees. And then for the dinner time hour, as you wrap up class, it'll still be around 69 degrees and very pleasant. Tomorrow night, expect temperatures to dip to around 61 degrees. Very pleasant night, much like tonight, under partly cloudy skies. For your as the week goes on, we have this big area of high pressure that's really dominating the eastern half of the country, and it's bringing with it lots of warm air. If we can go back to that graphic, please. Thanks. Well, the idea, warm air will continue to dominate the week with temperatures well above average, 10 to 15 degrees above average for this time of year. So there we go. Over the next 5 days, temperatures will generally be in the low 70s with lots of sunshine, mostly sunny conditions, and we will have to introduce some rain showers as we get into the latter half of the week and start the weekend with temperatures staying in the 70s.
Now, see, I knew that Oswego weather couldn't have been this good for so long. I knew there was a trap somewhere, and I see that rain creeping in there over the weekend.
Yep.
How do you feel about that? Yeah.
Well, it's going to be October, so the nice weather is not going to last too much longer, unfortunately. It's going to be a roller coaster ride.
Can you look into your magic crystal ball of weather to see if there's any snow coming soon?
No snow that we see anytime soon.
Definitely doesn't look like it.
Looking for some snow coming soon. But thank you, Richard, for that weather update. And now here's some local state news. According to recent polls, Governor Andrew Cuomo's job performance has hit its lowest ever. Only 49% of New Yorkers think that Governor Cuomo is doing a good job, while only 37% of upstate voters agree with that statement. The governor has came up short in 3 categories: favorability, job performance, and electability. The governor's popularity has dropped 20% since the last polls.
Alexis Murphy, a 17-year-old girl from Virginia, has now been missing for 8 weeks. She was last seen at a gas station in Virginia in the beginning of August. Randy Taylor was charged in the abduction, and his home was searched for the second time this past week. On Sunday, over 50 volunteers and over 10 search and rescue dog teams revisited areas that showed interest early in the investigation. Investigators will continue searching for clues in hope of finding Alexis Murphy.
President Barack Obama met with Benjamin Netanyahu at the White House late this morning. After Iran stated its plans on their nuclear program, some Israelis have criticized Obama recently for believing that the U.S. president has shown, quote, lack of enthusiasm for pro-Israeli policies. In the meeting between Obama and Netanyahu, they expressed that the new diplomatic overtures between the United States and Iran were the key topic. The federal government is on the brink of shutting down for the first time since the mid-90s. Both sides appear to be digging in.
The Senate rejected a House spending bill this morning, increasing the likelihood of a shutdown. Shannon Travis from CNN has the latest.
The clock is ticking to midnight, and barring an unexpected 11th hour deal, major parts of the federal government will be closed for business.
If the United States Congress does not fulfill its responsibility to pass a budget today, much of the United States government will be forced to shut down tomorrow.
So how did we get here? House Republicans are drawing a line in the sand over Obamacare. Their latest budget includes a one-year suspension of the health care law. Insurance Exchange is set to go online on Tuesday, but that plan is unlikely to pass the Democratic-controlled Senate.
It's time for the Senate to listen to the American people, just like the House has listened to the American people, and to pass a one-year delay of Obamacare.
Democrats say that's a non-starter.
The Affordable Care Act is moving forward. That funding is already in place. You can't shut it down.
Wall Street already down just because of the potential of a shutdown. And if there's no deal, the estimated losses is in the billions.
The American people are worried about their job. They're worried about their incomes rising.
As for the American people, a majority do not want to see a shutdown. 68% say a federal shutdown for a few days is a bad thing. And when it comes to the new health care law, 57% say they oppose it. And that's why we're here. In Washington, I'm Shannon Travis reporting.
Coming up, we'll hear from Sarah DeGeorge on her latest from our campus events.
But first, let's take a look at your late night menu.
So, are you going out tonight?
I can't. My parents say I have to be home right after work.
That's so gay.
Totally gay.
Ugh, that is so Emma and Julia. Why are you saying that's so Emma and Julia?
Well, you know, when something is dumb or stupid, you say that's so Emma and Julia. Who says that?
Everyone.
Imagine if who you are were used as an insult. When you say that's so gay, do you realize what you say? Knock it off.
The Oswego MBA program, helping you achieve your goals with a customized curriculum developed with flexibility in mind. Take classes year-round, full or part-time in Oswego, online or at the Metro Center in downtown Syracuse. More information is available online or by calling 315-312-2911.
Every night before the show, me and the guys, we like to loosen up a little bit.
Blue, 42, hike!
Every now and then, Dan likes to take it a little too far. But hey, the show's all about competition, so we'll take it.
Stupid Dan with stupid football and stupid running.
Hi, I'm CNN's Rob Marciano, and you're watching WTOP 10, your television station.
Attention students and faculty. Avery Rental Properties is now renting for the next school year. Avery accommodates all group sizes, small or large. Avery Rental Properties. Make our house your home. 24-hour maintenance, garbage removal, snow removal, and off-street parking. Avery Rental Properties. 315-343-5005.
Well, Ian, it looks like you just ran from the Shinman Center. What can you tell us went down today down over there?
Well, Larry and Annie, I can tell you that there was a lot of really excellent stuff going on today at Shinneman Hall. Students were pouring into the building, as you can see here. Lots of really great stuff going on. We got to see the brand new Science and Technology building that was opened up this year for students. Now, I got a chance to take a look and interview quite a few people who told me quite a lot about the new Shinneman Hall. It's a really great multi-million-dollar complex place, and also many students were able to have the opportunity to showcase their summer internship projects, and were able to enjoy a lot of great snacks along the way. As you can see here, this is Barbara Shinneman, who is the wife of Richard S. Shinneman, who the building is named after. And also, you can take a look at some of the students' works that were displayed throughout Shinneman Hall today. And overall, it was a really great day, lots of stuff happening. I would highly suggest you check it out sometime in the coming week. We'll take it back to you at the desk.
Good evening, Oswego. I'm Sarah DeGeorge. Tonight I will be covering the Alana Student Conference Workshop, Collection of Expressions. Students and faculty came out to the event to support cultural poems, dance, and music.
Promoting the 27th Annual Alana Student Conference Week.
Black men, we need sophistication and education. Let your pants possess reputation if words be elevated. Approach these black queens with better statements, I'm just saying. It's easy these days of chivalry is a lot harder. Can I bring it back to the days of the starters and observe and take lessons from my elders and grandfathers, because I'm sure.
Collection of Expressions was one of the more popular workshops during Conference Week, where students presented their talents. Among the many performances, students read poems, performed dances, and sang. The Alana Student Leadership Conference is a multicultural-based organization. This year's 27th Annual Alana Conference kicked off with a student-run fashion show. Throughout the week, the conference continued with a peace walk, festival, and several informative workshops. Of the many workshops during the conference week, Collections of Expressions allowed students to perform cultural poetry, music, and dance. Brandon Farmer, one of Alana's faculty organizers, talks about Alana and their highly anticipated conference week.
For African, Latino, Asian, and Native American, it's a multicultural student leadership conference that occurs every single fall semester. It's occurred for the last 27 years, actually. In essence, Alana, it's a week-long event. There's different workshops and programs, that are put on by the different Alana organizations and the student leaders. We like to kick off with the fashion show, because the fashion show is the most, highly anticipated, highly attended event during Alana Week. It's tons of fun, it's really exciting. And the designers that come from the different organizations, from their different scenes, those are just regular students. Those are student leaders within their, own groups.
Wow, it seemed like there were a lot of interesting, talented people that you got a lot of footage of at that event.
Yeah, I think it's great. The Alana Conference, they hold workshops for students to come out and they get to learn about different cultures, and I also think it's great for the cultural students to come out and share their talents.
It definitely shows the diversity on campus.
Well, thank you, Sarah, for that segment. And now, the state of New York has recognized both Liverpool Elementary
and West Genesee Split Rock Elementary School as reward schools for outstanding academic achievement. In the last 2 years, both elementary schools reported to have the most academic progress with no gaps in student achievement. Other schools included in the select group were 6 high schools and 1 middle school.
Oswego State has recognized some of their athletes, including Patrick Sprague and Nicole Leader.
Dan North has that and more in your full sports update.
Oswego, I'm Dan North. Well, another week down and some more athletes are able to show their spectacular abilities. Lakers' Patrick Sprague and Nicole Leader shined in their past performances, as Sprague of the men's soccer team was able to score his first 2 career goals against Morrisville and New Paltz this past weekend. Leader of the women's tennis team went 2-0 on the week in singles play, in which she had to play in favor of her weaker left hand. She was battling a wrist injury and displayed perseverance by winning those 2 key matches. Good luck to both of these athletes the rest of the way. Well, it was a heart-touching home opener for the Oswego State women's field hockey team yesterday. Wife of the men's ice hockey coach Ed Gossick, Mary Gossick, was supported Sunday as Oswego held an event for ovarian cancer awareness. Gossick conducted a ceremonial ball drop at midfield with the captains of each team. The game did not turn out how Oswego hoped it would, but the Lakers did put up a good fight against the nationally ranked Red Dragons. Losing 7-2, the Lakers fall to 2-4 overall and 1-1 in SUNYAC play. Oswego will play their next game on Tuesday as they host Elmira. And another Sunday of football, and the New York Football Giants came up short once again. They came out firing as Eli Manning hit Victor Cruz for a 69-yard touchdown pass as he does a little salsa dance for Kansas City. But when it went all downhill from there. Here in the second, Eli steps up in the pocket and is sacked. He fumbles the ball, and that was just the beginning. The Chiefs kick a 51-yard field goal, and they wouldn't let the lead go as they defeat the G-Men 31-7. And finally, it's the night the football fans have all been waiting for, as it's time for Monday Night Football. The Miami Dolphins are going to the Superdome to take on Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. It's a battle of the undefeateds, as both Miami and New Orleans are 3-0 coming into this game. The Saints currently lead at 7-3 heading into the second quarter. We'll have more later in the show to keep you updated on what's going on with the two teams, as someone tonight will go home with their first loss.
Coming up, an inspirational story out of Texas.
But first, take a look at your community calendar. You're watching WTOP
10. I'm lucky. I get to do something I love. How many of you think homework is just as important as teamwork? I help keep kids in school. Good. And that's the name of the game. My name is LaDainian Thomason. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, live united.
The Oswego MBA program, helping you achieve your goals with a customized curriculum developed with flexibility in mind. Take classes year-round, full or part-time in Oswego, online or at the Metro Center in downtown Syracuse. More information is available online or by calling 315-312-2911.
We are the Tigers from Pack 885. And you are watching WTOP. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Woodsy Owl, and I'm here to tell you about a dirty word, water pollution. Kids, it's up to us to keep our lakes and streams clean and beautiful. We've been polluting the water with all kinds of junk like paper, cans, and gooey gunk. It looks ugly, and it's killing our fish and ducks. Please don't throw junk in the water. Give a hoot. Don't pollute.
In the city or in the woods, help keep America looking good. Woo-hoo!
Stop. What's she doing? 2, 3. Passenger. Oh, was Debo on the passenger side.
We just had some wine. I wasn't even drunk, I was just buzzed.
What? You were just buzzed? Well, so you didn't tell us that. In that case, she's just fine.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Really?
No, not really.
Buzz driving. Maybe we should stop acting like it's no big deal.
And now with our final weather update from Rich Garukas. Rich, what do you have for us?
Well, it's going to be an absolutely beautiful week here in Oswego with lots of sunshine. Temperatures 10 to 15 degrees above average for this time of year, generally in the low 70s. And we won't have to introduce any sort of rain chances until the weekend rolls around with some scattered showers.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a nice week. Along with a nice week, everyone here should check out the new things at Shinneman Center. It's definitely good to check out Bryce Creek as well. They're very environmentally friendly to go along with the meteorology department.
Yeah, Rich, have you looked at the new Shinneman Center that was recently built here for over the summer?
I have. That's like my second home here. I have half my classes in there, and a lot of times I just like to sit in there and do work because it's such a nice building. I think that it's got a good atmosphere, and it's motivation to really want to do well in your classes with that new technology.
Now, see, I'm looking forward to that new planetarium that they got going over there. You know, I think it looks really well. How about you, Dan?
Yeah, you know, I was fortunate enough to tour it for work. We took a nice tour over in Sheldon, and I work in Sheldon Hall, so the Shinneman Center, we tour it. We got to sit inside the planetarium, and you know.
All right, well, that will do it for us here tonight, here at WTOP 10 News. I'm Larry Bergen, along with Annie Flaherty, Rich Garukas, and Dan North. Good night, Oswego.